Hello, I'm John.
And I'm Amber.
And welcome to Instantly Inverted. So today we thought we'd do a bit of a Q&A. We made up some questions to ask each other.
Yeah.
So that you can get to know us a bit more and get to know why we enjoy theme parks and why we consider ourselves sort of enthusiasts.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to start off with some questions. And do you want to start, or shall I?
You go first.
Okay, so the first question that we've written is, what was the first theme park that we visited, and what did we like about it? So, we'll start you off with your answer.
First theme park I visited was probably... Well, I visited a lot of theme parks when I was really young, so I don't really remember them, but probably the one that I do remember the most would be Disneyland Paris.
Yeah.
And I think I was about 6, and I went with my family, and I just remember just being like the typical child, just running around, just like looking off, like trying to get the characters, but like but back in the day, like to go on see the characters, you didn't queue, you just had to bundle the character.
Like you said before.
And because I was very short back then as well.
You're still short now.
I'm still very short right now. But even back then, like I was always like down there, and all, like the older kids would be first, like the character would see them first.
Push in front of you.
And they push in front of me, and then like because like some of the characters spoke French as well. Like obviously not all the characters do speak French, but
a lot of them are kind of French nationals, so they're more likely to understand French.
And like the older kids would like push in front of me, and like it sounds so horrible. And I did have a good time. I did have a good time, I promise.
No, I mean it is when you're young. You kind of look at it like, oh, they're pushing in front of me. Oh, but at the end of the day, everyone's there to be. They're all excited and they want to see the characters.
And I think that's what's got me like in love with Disney. Like I love Disney. Anyone who knows me knows that I love Disney.
You're definitely more of the kind of Disney enthusiast between us.
And that was my first main theme park memory that I have.
Well, mine is actually Legoland Windsor, which is a park that we actually live really close to.
Yeah.
And, well, you know a lot about the place. Yeah. But yeah, I don't really remember it that well. I know my mum took me there when I was young. I'm not really sure how young I was. I mean, that leads into the fact that I don't remember it. But what I do remember is, a few years later, when I was probably about 14, I think, 14 or 15, I went back to Legoland Windsor, but I went down on a coach to Victoria not Victoria train station, Victoria coach station, and my uncle, my cousin, was meeting me there because he was going to look after me for the weekend, and he decided to take me to Legoland Windsor. And yeah, I don't remember all that much, but what I do remember is going on the jungle coaster.
Oh, I've never been on that.
Which isn't there anymore, so like that got removed because I think it was noise complaints or something. I'd have to look that up, but I went on it before it even had the hoods, which were a result of noise complaints and kind of things like that. Yeah. But yeah, eventually,
I heard it was a good one.
Yeah, it was. From what I remember, it was good. It's just a typical kind of wild mouse.
Yeah.
But eventually that got removed, and I think it's now in Florida.
Oh,
I think it's at Legoland, Florida, or something like that. It's named something completely different now, but yeah, from what I remember of it, I just enjoyed the kind of thrill, and I kind of liked queuing for something that I didn't know what it was going to do. So it was that kind of anticipation, and I think that kind of that enjoyment of wanting to go on something that you're kind of out of control, or is out of your control, kind of led me to enjoying roller coasters and theme parks from there on out.
What are your top 3 coasters?
So we've gone through this before. We both know what our kind of top coasters are, but some of you out there might not know. My top 3 is kind of like always in fluctuation.
Yeah.
Like I can never quite decide on what the best ones are. So I'm not going to say that my top 3's in an order.
Okay.
Like I'm going to say it's kind of 3 rides that I always want to go on.
Okay.
And want to go back to. So the first one is Taron at Phantasialand. We rode that for the first time last year, and it just kind of blew my mind.
Yeah.
Like, I never thought I'd enjoy a roller coaster that didn't have inversions. And I'm not a big fan of launch coasters either.
Love launch coasters. Anyone who knows me knows that I love
Yeah.
launch coasters.
But like, I've never been a big fan. I'll enjoy a launch coaster if it's got some kind of substance to it, which Darren does. It's a multi-launch coaster manufactured by Untamed. It's just really good.
Yeah.
Like the second launch, I really enjoy.
Yeah.
I think you like
both.
don't you?
I like both. I don't really have a favourite. Like they both
Yeah.
like bring different things to the ride, in my opinion.
Yeah, but I think for me the first one isn't as good as the second. But yeah, so Taron is one coaster I'll always go back for. My second is Wodan.
Yeah.
At Europa Park. That park is just brilliant to me. It's got some incredible rides. They're not like the biggest and best in the world, but Wodan kind of delivers a massive package to me. It's like all in one.
Yeah.
Like you've got incredible theming, like just from walking into the area for the first time and seeing.
Queue line is really well
the queue
themed.
line's great.
Yeah.
It's just everything kind of works together on that ride.
Yeah.
And that's what I like about it. And then my final is Shambhala. Because I did have Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket in there.
Yeah.
So honourable mention. But thinking about it, I kind of had to include the old Chamois Bee in there.
I get that.
But it's just like, it's an airtime machine, and it's the first kind of coaster that, I wouldn't say it's got no theming, but it's got a bit, but it's the kind of first coaster that I went on that didn't have a huge theme to it, and I loved.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I love, Taron, Wodan, and Shambhala.
So I'm going to do mine in order,
In
because
order.
I actually have an order. So
You're kind of organised like that.
So my top coaster is one that we recently went on.
Mm-hmm.
It's in Universal Studios in Florida, and it is Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket. I think that coaster is such a good experience. Like, it's not the most thrilling, but to me, the whole experience with choosing your own music, it's a personal experience ride.
Yeah.
Like, if you like pop music, you listen to pop. If you like rock, you listen to rock. And yeah, you just literally, I just love the fact that you can have it so personalised to what you like.
Yeah, it's like there's so many songs. I mean, you've got the secret
You got
list.
the secret list.
Yeah, the secret list. And there's so many songs on that, like, and that's not including
There's
the ones just on the menu.
Hundreds of songs on that secret list.
Like it's so good. Like how you can just have that coaster any way you want.
Yeah, just the whole experience, like with the non-inverting loop.
Yeah, it's a non-inverting loop.
Yeah, like with that, and then the
Yeah.
speed of like, I just love the whole.
Yeah, it's got a lot of good. It's really good. Like, it has really good pacing, doesn't it? Like constantly, the elements just kind of flow together. That's a really good coaster.
Yeah. And then my number 2 is also from Universal Studios in Florida, and it is Revenge of the Mummy.
Fantastic
Love
coaster.
that coaster. Went on it basically blindfolded. Well, not
Not
literally blindfolded.
But, yeah, we went on it blind, didn't
Yeah,
we? We didn't know what to expect.
So all I knew, it was a roller coaster, and I didn't have a clue what was going on. And I remember we were in the queue line, and you were like, "I don't know what this is." And I was like, "Oh, it's a roller coaster." And you were
I
like,
was shocked by that.
You were like, "Oh, is it?" Like,
I was like, eh?
but yeah, the whole thing, like, and the special effects, like, if you've never been on it, then it's a bit of a spoiler, but you've got like all the fire effects, especially like halfway through the ride, you've basically come into this fake op station.
Yeah, it's a fake kind of offload platform.
Yeah, and then like basically the mummy comes and like eats.
Kind of, I think like he attacks the ride operator.
He attacks the ride operator and
the ride operator.
Yeah, and it's like the effects in that room, and then like the fire like
bursts out of the
onto
ceiling, goes down the walls,
and it's amazing. And then like just the coaster off was just again.
Yeah, it's just
for me.
It's a good little kind of dark ride coaster, isn't
again
it?
for me it was just the experience is really good.
It's really good.
And then my third one is in your top 3, and it is Taron.
Yeah.
Same reason basically that you like it. I personally love launches, so for me to have 2 amazing
it's like
launches
2 in 1, isn't it? Yeah.
is for me an amazing ride. I love how intertwined it is. How the lap bars, I think the lap bars make it rather than having over.
Yeah, they really do.
Yeah, rather than having over the shoulder restraints, and just the whole area, like the fact it goes in with like rake, and the whole Klugheim area. Like, it's so well themed, and if you do ever go to Phantasialand, then
Like
I'd recommend.
Talking about that whole kind of, because Terran's a whole package. The thing I really like is that one of my favourite experiences from a theme park was standing in Klugheim, just enjoying a beer and watching this incredible multi-launch coaster just flying over your head.
Yeah.
Like that, it's just a moment that like I'll never forget.
Yeah, it was mind blowing. Like, I knew that the area was going to be like that, but I didn't know it was going to be like that.
You never quite, like, pictures don't do...
No, it doesn't do it justice
that
at all.
whole park justice, but that's another point.
Yeah.
So, the next question I have is, what was the first park that we visited together?
Pretty simple, pretty easy. Owen Towers.
Yeah, Owen Towers.
Owen Towers is where we met, so automatically...
Yeah, we met when we were working there.
Yeah.
I was full-time and you were
I was
part-time. And I was a nuisance, and then you kind of...
you were a complete nuisance.
You kind of liked me in the end, though.
I couldn't stand you. You were so annoying when I first met you.
Yeah, I was kind of that hyperactive, really excited to work at a theme park for the first time. And you were a student.
A typical student.
Would rather be in bed.
Yeah, like asleep on the bus.
Yeah. So we met at work, and then we decided to visit the park together for the first time.
So we met there, first part together. So Alton Towers is a very close thing to us.
Yeah, we go there. Like, we love going there all the time.
Yeah, it's such a good park.
We'd go there more if we could, I think.
Yeah, if we still lived closer to it, we would.
Yeah,
definitely
we'd go
there
a lot more. Okay, so what's your next question?
My question is sort of like a four-parter.
Yeah.
But we'll do like separate questions. So first one, what is your favourite dark ride?
Okay, I'll go first with this one. My favourite dark ride, again, a lot of my rides fluctuate, but my favourite dark ride, I think overall, as a package, is Darren Brown's Ghost Train.
Yeah.
It had issues at points, but it never kind of detracted from what it was. Like, it's unique, it's adventurous, like, it explores kind of new technology, new avenues, like, it's a whole theatrical kind of package.
Yeah.
I'm a big kind of gamer, I love virtual reality, and so, like, when I heard that virtual reality was going onto a ride, I was a little bit sceptical. But excited to try it, and then when I did ride it for the first time, it kind of just, like, blew me away. Like, I wasn't quite sure how to talk about it afterwards.
Yeah.
Like, with friends. Like, I was like, how do I describe this ride to people?
Without, like, spoiling it.
Without spoiling it.
Yeah.
So, like, for me, I like Darren Brown's Ghost Train because it's a complete package. And then when they added Rise of the Demon to it, it kind of really pulled that package together and really kind of tightened it as a product.
And it's a close thing to both of us because we both worked on it.
Yeah, we both worked on it, and so, yeah.
Yeah. So my favourite dark ride would be Tower of Terror.
Yeah.
So I've only been on the one in Paris and Florida, but completely different rides. Spoiler, one moves forward, one moves backwards, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the kind of big difference. It's like, the Florida one moves forward.
Yeah.
Whereas the Paris one does move backwards. But I think, like, the Florida one is...
In my opinion,
I
prefer the Florida one.
Yeah.
Because of when it goes forward, it does have all that E equals like MC squared theming.
Yeah, it's got nice theming on it.
And then, like, as you enter the lift area,
the lift
like,
shaft.
the doors open and it just feels like you're literally entering like this whole new dimension, which is the whole reason of like Tower of Terror, like
it's based on the Twilight Zone. So.
But my one would be Tower of Terror, but Tower of Terror in Florida.
Yeah, and that's your favourite.
Yeah.
One. Cool.
Next one would be, what's your favourite flat ride?
Okay. So I've been thinking about this one.
Okay.
Because I'm not the biggest fan of flats. And I've kind of toyed around with ideas in my head about which one I can actually kind of really say, like, I enjoy. And I'm going to say Samurai.
Oh, another one I worked on.
Yeah. That kind of ride that I ask myself once I've sat down on it, why am I riding this? Because every time I fear for my life, I hold on, like, it is a white knuckle ride. Like, I am holding on really tight.
Yeah.
Because I fear for my life on that. But yeah, it's a fun ride, but it is one of those rides that kind of does make you question yourself.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a good fun ride.
Yeah.
Classic kind of ride as well. I think everybody loves Samurai.
Yeah, Samurai's a good one. Yeah, it's a good ride. My favourite flat ride would be Talakan at Phantasialand.
Yeah.
So I've been on like Ramesses Revenge at Chessington and Ripsaw when it was at Alton Towers.
Yeah.
But for me, they're pretty much like the same. Like they both basically spin twice near the end.
Yeah.
Both face the same way. Both have the fountains. But like Talakan has like one facing forwards, one facing backwards, like one row each. So that completely makes it a whole different ride in my opinion. We when we went on it, we just sat both front and back, but I definitely prefer sitting towards the front because you get to see all the fire effects, all the water effects. But don't get me wrong, like when you are facing the back, like it is in my opinion, it's a completely different ride as well.
Yeah, it's almost like
because you're swinging backwards rather when you're sitting forwards, you're swinging.
It's
forwards.
almost like going on it blind.
Yeah.
Because you can't see what's
gonna
happen. But I mean, like it's not like it makes a difference.
No.
But it does feel like you don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But the thing I like about that ride is that it's a whole theatrical package. Like the music goes to the ride. Like even like for different cycles on a ride, there are different soundtracks.
Yeah.
And that's what I like, and all the like fire effects and water effects they're all timed to it.
I love my effects.
So, yeah. But yeah, no, good choice.
Yeah. Next one would be, what's your favourite roller coaster? Like I know we kind of went through it, but what's your absolute favourite roller coaster?
I think it's difficult to choose because, like I said, mine fluctuates all the time. But like the one that I always go back to is Taron. Like it is just like there are no words to kind of explain that ride.
Yeah.
It's just a really good roller coaster.
Yeah. And then mine would obviously be Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just once again whole experience top notch.
Good coaster, yeah.
And my last set of that sort of questions is, what's your favourite water ride?
I think we're both going to go with the same thing here.
I think we are.
And again, we keep going back to Phantasialand.
Yeah.
But it's, I think we'll just cover this together. It's Chiapas.
It is indeed.
We both love Chiapas. But yeah, it's just a fantastic.
Absolutely amazing.
Like,
love the
really
music.
Really good theming, great music. Yeah, just a great package.
Yeah.
Like, and the area, like it's built into, I think it's Mexico. Yeah, it's Mexico. Yeah, it's just a great little area.
Yeah.
Like they sell great ice cream there as well, and churros.
I'd even go as far as saying it's definitely my top 10 rides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely up in the top 10. It is a really good ride.
Love it.
So, if anything, this video is telling you to go to Phantasialand. But yeah, so,
it's a very good park.
Yeah. Yeah. So Chiapas for us for water rides.
Definitely.
So what is your favourite theme park and why?
For me, being a massive Disney fan, it's going to have to be a Disney park.
Yeah. For you, yeah.
Probably a bit controversial. I know that some people don't really like Disney and would prefer the other parks.
Yeah,
if you see what I mean.
What is in Disney parks, or in the Disney bubble, or do you mean
the Disney bubble?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I see what you mean.
But if I had to pick one Disney park, I think I'd have to pick Magic Kingdom at Florida. It's got all your classic rides. It's got the Three Mountains. It's got pretty much it's just got all the classic rides. Peter Pan, Snow White's Seven Dwarfs Mine Train is a good.
Yeah, really good.
Really good one.
Really good new edition.
So in my opinion, once again, it's the whole package, whole experience. You've got your rides, food, shows, parades,
And that's the good thing about Walt Disney World, I think, is that over there the shows are great. There are loads of shows, but I just wish Paris had that kind of same feel, like
Yeah.
there were more shows at Paris.
Yeah, no, I get that, definitely.
Hopefully we'll see more in the future. They've just announced their big new plans, so yeah, more shows, Disney Paris.
So what's your
my favourite park is Europa Park in Germany.
Yeah.
I just love that park. Like, it's got a really kind of quaint, classic, like, kind of German feel to it. Like, it's just good operations, like, good rides, great food. Like, they really love their food there. Great hotels.
Yes, the hotels
great
are amazing.
bars.
Yeah.
Just fantastic. Like, it's just like a good holiday.
Yeah.
Like, going there. Like, I could go to Europa Park and not ride anything.
Yeah.
And still have a really
Definitely.
good time.
Definitely.
And I think that's like the good, like a sign of a good theme park. When you can just go there, not go on any of the,
Yeah.
not even enter the theme park and still have a good time. Like, I could spend hours in the bars.
Yeah.
They are fantastic. But yeah, so for me it's Europa Park.
Cocktails are lethal.
They are lethal, yeah. Yeah, they are lethal cocktails. Don't order the Long Island iced tea.
No.
Not if you want to survive afterwards. Yeah, anyway, so next question, moving on.
Is it me?
Yeah, it's you. What have you got?
So, kind of going on to like my little set of questions I had before.
Yeah.
Ranking from like least to most enjoyable. Do you prefer dark rides, flat rides, water rides, or coasters?
So from least to most enjoyable.
Yeah.
Okay, so for me, and I think it'll probably be the same with you, my least favourite rides are flat rides.
Yeah, I agree as well.
To me, they're just filler. Like, I don't think I've ever been to a theme park where a flat ride has been the main attraction.
No.
Like, they are just to soak up queues, really.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, sometimes an issue that in the UK not many flat rides do get built. I think because they don't have that mass appeal. Which is a shame.
Yeah, because some
like,
of them are really good.
flat rides aren't bad,
No.
per se. They're just not as good as the other thing.
Yeah.
But the great thing about them is that they do soak up the queues.
Yeah.
So, more flats, but less. And then the next one for me is water rides.
Oh.
I'm just not a big fan. Like, I think maybe it's because I'm British. I don't like getting wet. I don't like the cold. Like, I want to be warm. I mean, we're sat by a radiator here.
Yeah.
Like, trying to gain some
warm.
warmth because we're in snow season, apparently.
Literally, it's
like,
blizzarding outside right now.
It's like, I mean, we're entering spring next month, and it's already freezing cold.
It's so cold. It's like -2 at the moment. But anyway.
So yeah, I don't like being cold, and so going on a water ride in like kind of cold seasons is just not good for me. I'll go on them when it's hot, and I know I'm gonna like dry off and be warm afterwards. But I think my exception to the water rides, they rank higher if they're really well themed.
Yes.
So like going back to Chapas,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter what the weather is, I'll still ride that. Just because it's a good experience. So, but I mean that's the issue, is most water rides don't get that much effort put into them.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then third I think is dark rides. Like, I love dark rides, and some of the dark rides are my favourite rides in the world, but I think leading on to my top being roller coasters, I think roller coasters can be dark rides and have that element of being able to do whatever you want with them. Like, take Saw, for example, has dark ride sections.
And Revenge of the Mummy.
Yeah, Revenge of the Mummy is a dark ride, but a roller coaster as well. It's the same with a lot of roller coasters. They're now adding kind of pre-shows, dark ride sections to it. So yeah, that's why, for me, roller coasters rank just that little bit higher than dark rides.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So yeah, I agree with you. My least favourite would be flat rides. I find them, in my opinion, pretty generic.
Yeah.
Unless they have something different about them, then I find that once I've rode one top spin, I've rode them all.
Yeah.
Really, unless like I said earlier, like Talican is something different in my opinion, because it has the
because
front
I think it's
back.
a good themed experience as well.
But for me, pretty much, I enjoy flat rides, but I just find them pretty generic.
Yeah.
So my third in my list would be coasters.
Controversial.
Like
Gonna get an angry mob after you now.
Like I love coasters. I see there's nothing wrong with them. I enjoy going for them. I will queue for them.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with them. I just prefer to go on dark rides or water rides.
Yeah, I think that's to say as well, like, just because we rank it this way doesn't mean we're not going to go on flat rides, or I will go on water rides and things. It's just the order that we rank them.
And also,
really.
in my opinion, I don't like to queue.
No.
And for me, coasters get the biggest queues.
Yeah, they do. They are.
So I feel like it ruins my experience to wait in a 2-hour queue for a 90-second ride.
I mean, I remember when we queued, 3 hours for the Smiler at Alton Towers? Like, why did we do that?
It's long, and, like, I don't like to queue, and queuing does ruin my experience.
Yeah.
So, in my opinion, coasters are third on my list. Second on my list would be dark rides.
Yeah.
I love dark rides. Like you said a minute ago, like Revenge of the Mummy is classed as a dark ride and a coaster. Love that ride. Phantom Manor, Tower of Terror are like my favourite rides like that I've ever been on.
Yeah.
And I find that dark rides are, in my opinion, best roads the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, when you do ride it again, you do know what's going to happen, and they don't really change unless they do refurbishments.
Yeah.
But I still like them.
Yeah. The thing is, sometimes, like, with going on from that point, like, I like to re-ride dark rides to look at all the little extras.
Yeah, the bits
your first
you miss.
ride, you can never soak in everything.
Mm-hmm,
so
definitely.
Like, I'm still noticing new things in Darren Brown's Ghost Train.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, I still notice new things in Jewel.
Yeah.
I mean, the first time I rode that, my eyes were closed.
Yeah.
So I saw nothing.
So, like, it's just the little things, like the little theming bits that you miss, and when you do notice it, you're like, wow, like, that actually makes sense. And it's just a bit, like, effort is put in as well.
Yeah.
And my number one is water rides. I don't even have a reason why I love water rides. I just really enjoy them. And any water ride, water creds have to have. Even if it's the worst rides ever, I will still enjoy it.
Maybe, I think maybe it's that kind of fear of getting wet.
Yeah.
Maybe
I don't know what it is about
it. Like, oh no, I'm going to get splashed by a wave. Mate. It adds an extra thrill, I guess.
Because you go down, and usually if you sit at the front of a log flume, you're going to get the most wet. But you just don't know. I just love water rides.
Here's one for you though. What about roller coasters with a water splash? Like Shambhala's water, kind of splash on it. Or no, because it doesn't touch you.
No, because I know it's not going to get me.
Yeah.
And I'm not in a boat.
So you must love Poseidon.
I love boats.
You do like boats. So yeah, you must love Poseidon at Europa then.
Bit rough, but
bit rough. Yeah.
But when it hits the water, that's all right.
Can we get more of those rides built?
Oh, what's the other one at Europa? Super Splash?
Atlantica Super Splash, yeah. That's a good one.
I like that.
That's a good one.
Yeah. People think it's boring, but I like that one.
No, that is a good one. I do like the wave. And the little, airtime hill on it as well. It's great.
I just love water rides.
We need to go back to Europa.
We do indeed.
Yeah. So, leading on to our next question. If you could change one thing at your favourite theme park, what would it be? And don't say crowds.
So, like I said earlier, my favourite theme park is Magic Kingdom at Florida.
Yeah.
Even though you said don't say crowds, the one thing I would change would be crowd control.
Yeah.
So, obviously they've got the 4 theme parks, 2 water parks and Disney Springs, but I feel like Florida's got a lot more busier, and even though they keep making new areas like Pandora's just got all the crowd now.
Yeah, it does.
You can't enjoy it.
Yeah, it's a difficult area, and leading on from that point and going to another theme park is Universal. Diagon Alley there.
Yeah, the Harry Potter areas, they're crowded. We bought a wand, one of the interactive wands.
We managed to buy one after crawling through the shop.
Yeah. Tiny shop with hundreds of people in it.
Yeah.
But we bought one of the interactive ones, and you got all the little spots that you can go to, but everyone's crowding around them, and it's quite hard to do, and if you don't get it once or twice, then you pretty much have to.
You really need to move on.
Yeah, you just have
but
to
there
move
are people
on.
that don't.
And they hog it, and you can't.
You've got people. We've had people standing there for like 5 minutes at a time, haven't we?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, no, I get that. Crowd control.
Yeah.
Needs to be better at some parks. But so obviously my favourite theme park is Europa, but this can apply to other parks as well. For me, it's transport. Like, I don't drive, and you don't like driving abroad.
No, I don't like driving abroad.
So there needs to be better transportation to and from theme parks, besides taxis, because they get expensive.
They're very expensive.
Like, depending on, like, Europa's quite far from the airports it's nearby.
Yeah.
And so you've got to spend quite a lot of money just to get there and back.
Yeah.
And there is a shuttle bus, but you need to pre-plan that in advance, and it would be nice just to have a few more kind of buses that are with better timetables, easier to kind of find.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, especially when Europa Park is a big theme park in Germany.
Yeah.
Like, and it's not well labelled, really.
And especially like in like the abroad countries, because I don't speak German or Spanish or French. Like, the signs I can't read.
Yeah, it is a struggle.
Yeah, and I just find it easier just to ring up a taxi and go, this is where I want to go, take me there.
Yeah.
Rather than having to get on a train, then find my bus and then get on another train, or then maybe get a taxi right at the end. And for me, I think it's, do you want to get there quicker or the cheapest way?
Yeah.
What is the scariest ride you've ever ridden?
I think this, for me, goes back to Darren Brown's Ghost Train, but only the first few times I rode it.
Yeah.
Because once you've been, like, from another point we made, once you've been on a ride multiple times, it kind of does lose that scary kind of element.
Yeah.
But the first time I rode Darren Brown's Ghost Train, I was terrified.
So
Like,
was I.
really did scare me, and it's because it's virtual reality. It's something that a lot of people haven't ever done before. It is quite distressing.
I don't like
putting that headset on. I mean, there are people that don't even want to put the headset on. But yeah, so it is a scary kind of ride.
I close my eyes on it, and I don't get scared usually on rides.
Yeah. Yeah, it's that kind of, it's a scary ride, but for me, only the first time. Maybe other people get scared on it multiple times.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. But my scariest ride that I've ridden isn't due to the fact that it's just scary. It's more to the fact that I was scared to go on it.
Yeah.
So my queuing experience for Stealth at Fort Park, I was 13 and I was absolutely terrified. It was a 2-hour queue, watching Stealth launch up, down, like however high Stealth is. For a 13-year-old who had never really done any big roller coasters, Stealth was a massive step.
Yeah.
And then we sat on the front row and I was absolutely terrified. So I had to wait another 20 minutes to queue for the front row. And it was just horrific, but
in a good way.
But once I got off it, I was like, let's do it again.
Yeah.
But no, I'm not queuing 2 hours again for it.
Yeah. Next question then. So, what theme park that you haven't been to yet are you most looking forward to visiting?
Mine's pretty easy.
Yeah.
It's Tokyo Disney.
Yeah, Tokyo Disney, yeah.
For me, once again, I want to do all the Disney parks, all 6 of them. So I've done 2 out of 6, and I want to carry on going. And for me, Tokyo is one of the Asian countries. Like, Japan is the country I've always wanted to go to. I love Japanese food, the shows, the rides there. They all just look amazing, and just, the whole experience is basically, for me.
Yeah. For me, because we went to Florida recently, but unfortunately we didn't go to Busch Gardens.
We were going to.
Yeah, we were going to, but then we kind of, changed plans, decided on other things. But I'd really love to go to Busch Gardens.
Yeah.
Like, they've got some really, great coasters there, like SheiKra, Cheetah Hunt, just really good, fantastic kind of roller coasters. I think that there's just that whole park seems like a great kind of experience to me.
Yeah, definitely.
Like a typical kind of American theme park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is the one ride that you would queue for, no matter what the queue is?
Okay. So for me, it's got to be Nemesis at Alton Towers. You're not so keen on it.
Good ride,
but you'll let me ride it just you'll let me just go off.
Yeah, if it's like a 5-minute queue, I'm like, just go on as many times as you like. I'll just go get some ice cream or coffee.
Yeah, so, but like I've queued for that ride in multiple kind of times.
Yeah.
Like I've queued like 2 hours, an hour, 30 minutes, and again like 5 minutes walk on. But like I'll just join that queue and just like any time I go to Alton Towers, I have to go on it.
No, for me,
Like-
no. Good ride, but I would not queue 2 hours, 1 hour, even 30 minutes probably for it. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
Like I know a lot of people love Nemesis, but for me, it's just not my sort of ride.
Yeah, I can say.
My ride that I would queue for the most would be Revenge of the Mummy.
Mm-hmm.
So for all the things that we said before, like good experience, good ride, love dark rides, good coaster. Just like I said before, I just love the experience, and it's good queue line. It's indoors, so it's air conditioned.
It's true, yeah. Especially when you're out in that kind of Florida heat, it is nice to get out of it.
It looked a bit cattle penny.
Yeah, it does look a little bit,
but still, the station when you get up to top, you've got 2 platforms, so I think that's obviously
the
helpful
queue probably
throughputs.
goes quite quick.
Yeah, but yeah, that was my one, and I hate queuing. So
no, I like that one too. I'd queue for that. But do you prefer themed or unthemed rides?
Themed, definitely.
Yeah, I'd
Has
agree.
to be themed.
I think like I'm less likely to enjoy a coaster if it is unthemed.
Yeah.
Like, and that's for me. Like, because we've got 2 new roller coasters being built in the UK right now, Wicker Man and Icon. Wicker Man being a GCI Woody being built at Alton Towers, and Icon being a Mack multi-launch coaster at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. One's very detailed, and one like it looks like a fantastic package, and the other kind of just looks like a mess of metal to me. There's not like currently there doesn't look to be anything.
Yeah, at the moment there doesn't look to be anything.
And so like I'm less excited about it because of that.
Yeah, for me,
And
like
that's a lot to say because I love Max. Like I love Mack coasters.
I love launches.
And but it
But for
just
me-
doesn't seem exciting to me.
For me, like Wicker Man just seems so much more better.
And that's the difference. Like it looks like a family layout as well.
Yeah, it just
Like, it doesn't look like a thrill coaster, whereas Icon clearly is.
no, I
but
totally agree with you there.
yeah.
So my next question is, what was your best theme park experience? So mine would be the first time I went to Florida, to Disney in Florida with my family. Everything about that, I remember the memories, I remember the cast member's name. It was Jensen from Jungle Cruise, Patrick from Tower of Terror, and that was 10, 11 years ago that I did that, and I still remember the memories, I still remember the cast members. Like, that's why I wanted to also go back, like, and I still want to go back, like.
Yeah, so the cast members really made it for you.
The cast members were great, like, they're so helpful, yeah, and they just understand, even though that you're in the Disney bubble, they're always willing to help you.
Yeah, I think that shows in a lot of parks as well. Like, if you've got good staff members that know what they're doing,
Definitely.
clearly enjoy their jobs, then your time's going to be like a lot better. So, yeah, so for me, my favourite experience was actually going on my first really big ride.
Oh, yeah.
When I went to Oakwood for the first time with one of my friends. I'd never really been on a big roller coaster, and he took me on Speed No Limits, which was a Gerslauer Eurofighter, one of the kind of original versions of it. And it's a beyond vertical drop. It was terrifying to me, like, but he dragged me on it, which I don't agree with dragging people on rides, but I'm glad he did.
Yeah.
Because that ride kind of spawned my enjoyment of theme parks.
Yeah, no, I totally get that. Yeah.
I think it was that fear of going on it, and then that kind of enjoyment afterwards of going, oh, I want to go on that again. It's like conquering a fear. So, yeah, that was for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, going on that first big roller coaster.
Yeah, I get that.
What ride that you haven't ridden are you most looking forward to going on?
For me, has to be Tron.
Life cycle coaster.
Yeah, I've heard such good reviews of it, and yeah, I just really want to go on it.
It does look a lot of fun. Like that building
yeah.
it's built in, like the way it comes in and like out of the.
It just looks such a good ride.
Yeah, it does look a lot of fun. Yeah, so I think for me, it's a Busch Gardens. Like, I've always wanted to go on this roller coaster ever since I've seen pictures of it, ever since I saw POVs. and it's so So my ride that I most want to go on is Cheetah Hunt at Busch Gardens. Ever since I saw pictures of it, ever since I watched POVs, like I've had to go on that roller coaster.
Yeah.
And like it makes me more gutted that we didn't go on it last time we were in Florida. But like nonetheless, next time we go back,
definitely
that's one coaster I have to go on.
Definitely.
Yeah. So you're Tron and I'm Cheetah Hunt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Both launched as well.
Yeah.
Too many launch coasters
I love
now.
my launch coasters.
I mean, you'd say not enough launch coasters.
More launch coasters, please.
So yeah, your next question.
My next question is a bit different. It's part of theme parks, but these days it's also classed as separate things. So my last question is, what's your favourite scare attraction?
I think we're going to be similar on this. We went to Extreme Scream Park for the first time last year.
Yeah.
After hearing great reviews about it.
Yeah.
And thinking, we need to check this place out. And what really struck me was the village.
Definitely the village. That was my favourite.
I think that was just a great theatrical experience.
Yeah.
Like actors were on form. There were some amazing set pieces in that.
Yeah. It was
like honestly, like some incredible scenes that you walk in and genuinely kind of go, whoa.
Like
that's terrifying.
I don't get scared at scare attractions, but this one I was peeking around the corners, opening the curtains. I was like, I don't like it. Like
I think that's the thing, because it's not the most extreme maze.
No,
out
definitely,
there,
it's not the stream we've ever done.
But it's the most kind of tense, kind of like
very, very
storyline focused kind of maze.
Yeah.
And so like we love those kind of horror attractions that are
definitely.
they think about every aspect of it.
Definitely.
Yeah. What is it about theme parks that makes you feel like an enthusiast, and like why do you do this hobby like over anything else?
So probably for me, because I've been going to theme parks ever since I was young. Like my mum used to take me to Thorpe Park in Chessington because we lived close by, and then growing up we went to Disney. You just meet, there's time to spend with your family, and you meet new friends, and you go with your friends like I met you. It's just a really good experience, and so many memories.
It's a good way to meet new people,
and for me, it's just the memories as well that you can make with them.
I agree on that point, and I think for me it's a good way, like it's a good hobby, to explore the kind of like world, go different places, and like I see it as worthwhile, like financially as well.
Yeah.
Rather than go abroad to like clubbing holidays, getting drunk. I think it's a better way to spend your money to experience different cultures and things like that.
Yeah, because it is very cultural.
Yeah, like there's so many rides that really kind of emphasise different cultures across the world. So I see it as a really good way to get out and explore.
Yeah, no, I totally understand that.
That's the last question then.
Yeah.
So we're going to wrap this vlog up. And thank you very much for watching.
Yes,
We've got a few more kind of like question type things that we're going to do. But we'll see you all in the next one.
Yeah.
So thank you. Bye-bye.